Please let this work. Is this it? Did we do it? Okay, we finally got it. Thank goodness. I was worried I was never going to be able to play the song ever. It's those things we saw in that like temple hall thing where we found the key. Welcome back to Friday Night Funkin'. Welcome back to Monsters Trance Attack. What just happened was, after the last video, where we got through most of Trance and got through most of the secret enemies, which one particular one encounter apparently screwed up, particularly that one we just did, the ghoul, the skull bat, and the ghost things. What happened is, I swiftly stepped on the wrong platform. When it comes to the skulls, you have to step on this specific skull. This is what you have to step on to actually initiate the song. Otherwise, you fuck it up and you have to start a new save file. Just literally what I just did. New save file, used Mothra to speedrun the previous plans, and discovered that on Pathos, as long as you defeat only some but not all of the challenges on the map, you can actually just go to the satellite without having to deal with red, which helped get me back to Trance quickly so I can actually show this off. So yeah, that was the start of the video. Now we return to our regular save files so we can deal with the other things I missed on Trance. So there's race, and we don't need this one anymore. We'll go back to our usual save file and we return to Trance. There's other things we missed before we try to take on Red again. So go back to Godzilla. First thing is first. It's verse apparently something over here. Now we opened the first door, which would reveal the King of Pathos, but we actually can also open this one. Or we can't, because apparently we don't have the key anymore. Maybe we can re-obtain the key? No, it can't be. Maybe we can get another key from the king. Hang on, let's try something. Guess we only had the one key, or... Okay, checking. hang on. Let's see. Also, the area where we originally got the keys is no longer available because there's something else there. No? But, is there somewhere we can get another key? I see. This thing gets a defeat animation, even though it's not the usual challengers. It's just another Mogera knockoff. I wonder how we're supposed to unlock that other gate. Since we only had the one key. Maybe there is something. Pretty sure. You know for a fact that the first gate we opened, we found the King of Pathos, and then after we talked to him, he said he was going to go back to his planet. So maybe if we just keep interacting with one of these tiles, we'll find him. But, no clue where to look. Whatever the case, it's gonna be a long search, and these guys are absolutely gonna force us to fight them. Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah, we simply had to deal with that. There's the king. He's gonna come back to his planet, and we simply pass him by. And but something's not adding up. Seems to be just an Easter egg, like King came back to his planet, which is still in ruins, but seems to not be able to unlock the other gate. Whatever the case, we're not doing this fight again, because I mean, come on, we already faced that guy. So, come on. See if we can, figure out. I'm gonna try quickly looking it up, see if we can get results. Because, for a fact that, whatever reason is there, it's like the last secret on this planet before we face Red again. So okay, so from our understanding, we're gonna have to reset this planet, as in try to do the red chase again. But to us to get the phonies to respawn, so we can have to destroy them on a specific platform for the key to unlock the other gate. So this means the thing we can do now is actually try to deal with the red chase, but I'm very apprehensive because I distinctly remember from the last video, Red, once we lost to Red, and thus he soft locked our game and forced me to end the recording. I'm scared the same thing's gonna happen again, that he's gonna catch me. See, he's already caught me once. See what I mean? This is unfair. It's actually not fair. He cheated. Just like that, he soft locked the game again. Unbelievable. Oh my god. Just checking something. Or at least we have all the songs unlocked. All the story songs unlocked at least, because yeah, whatever is locked behind that second gate is something we can't put in the jukebox. It isn't in the jukebox, kind of like the Earth version of Zephyr, or as it's now known, apparently Jellyfish. But at the very least, all the other stuff we've unlocked. But Try and have Mothra face it. Worst part about this is I don't even know for how long we have to do this. It's just run back and forth. Well, this fuck ass just keeps doing this bullshit. Overall, I enjoyed this mod, but I really do not like these red chases. Like, I get this part of the story that it's like he's forcibly taking over this game, altered to his liking, and that he's the main villain and all that, but this is like literally the least fun part of the game. Where I prefer was just more like FNFs, more like proper rap battles against him, like his first counter against him on Pathos, which is right killer, but no, it's going to be more chases with him than it is going to be songs. And I still need a second one, and I know for a fact that the rest of the plans will have these as well. This was also like any original creepypasta, but still, these are not fun. Very least with Mothra, it's much easier than it was with Godzilla, but still, that doesn't mean I'm enjoying this. It's literally just run back and forth while this fuck ass tries to kill you. Good job, Mothra. He saved us, Red, but still. Apparently he was fucking with us again. In any case, he turns to face it. Yeah, I knew it. Run backs. So yeah, one for each of the rest of the plans. You're gonna have to do it again on Dementia, another one on Entropy, and then the last one's gonna be on Extus. Okay, so what does that mean for does that mean wait, it's still considered in progress? Wait, were we supposed to click on something? Don't tell me we had to click. Okay, the satellite's here. Okay. But wait, that doesn't make sense. We're already on Trance. Okay, so the plan's reset now, and the challengers are like, no. Did we break the game? So, okay, so Godzilla had to touch the satellite, not Mothra. Got it. Okay. So I understand we have to destroy the challengers on that square specifically. In that case, maybe we should leave it up to Mothra. Just hoping this works. Okay, let's okay, time to deal with the fake Hedora. Can't believe I got them confused previous episode. This one we face here's the fake Hedora, and the real Hedora was the one in Toxic Sludge. I'd say should have been fairly obvious, but no, apparently I went in since I got my Kaiju and Kaiju knockoff mixed up. Just hoping this worked. No, we have to restart. I can see my HP nearing 0. Ah, we pressed it again. What is wrong with that? Okay, that worked. Or, wait, no, I don't think that worked. This looks exactly what we just like the first one. No, 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 no. I think here's very wrong. I did not want to fight Orca. I did not say yes. I did not say yes. Oh my god. Wait. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this one was broken. Okay, so explore this area. Yeah, we're seeing this is where the fake kicks are made. Lost connects to extraction capsules. Subject, Hedora, has escaped. So yeah, the real Hedora had to interview required. And there's the second key. So now we go back to that gate area and we investigate what's inside. Don't forget to leave that up to Godzilla to see. Or Orca. A little Mogura knockoff larva. Okay, so that's all the songs on Trance. The small machine reaches closer to you. After the short attempt to defend itself, its twisted metallic body creaks. It's defenseless, unable to move or do any harm even if it tried to. Perhaps it's the dim light, but you could swear you can see it breathing. What do you do? Just take it with us. Ma. Machine has come with us. And now it's accompanying us in the fight against Orga. He's a... Okay, so yeah, from my understanding, this little guy is protecting us from damage, but otherwise, nothing new to this song, so, and we've already beaten it, so let's just leave. So yeah, that's all the songs. To the jukebox. Now. Yeah, so yeah, I've seen all the songs, but first things first, to Mania. And this is going to be the one Mania song I'm playing, because it's just 1 minute long. The others are much longer, so which means less time for this thing to attempt to break my fingers. Really like the little stars to show off the difficulties of each song. Okay, as for extra songs, well, most of these are the same as they were in the previous update, so I'm only going to be showing off a select here, namely Squid Games, Off with the Pretender, and these are the new songs, as well as these 4 things right here. Okay, let's start with Story, because there are 2 new covers to show. Starting with Massive Nuclear Aggressors, hers previously exclusive to Godzilla, but now Mothra can also fight Zilla. So we're starting with this one. I actually don't remember if those explosions were in the original version of the song. Anyway, it's a nice touch. So, before we continue, something that's not adding up. Why can't we access this? Cards. The logo. I miss you. Hackery team. First drafts. Biting your Zora, he always backs into a corner and starts smacking you with his tentacle. You're able to move until it gets off you. Doesn't do any damage, but he can still stall you until the timer turns on and you have to start the fight over. You regain some health. Okay. He's not a squid, he's a cuttlefish. With the first ever glitch in the creepypasta in the actual song, the game would crash when you go back to Earth. Now Amoeba would actually be. Twice the size we should have been, which startled me. It's also considerably harder to beat than usual, but sooner or later defeat. Also, when we died, yet another glitch happened. Alright, update. Fought Zora again, beat him before he could do his tentacle smack. This time this glitch started happening when he died. Sprite didn't sink to the bottom, but instead seemed to be devoured by the glitch and his eyes started randomly spawning all over the screen. Pretty fast, so I was lucky to get a screen right available. What happened was that the giant Mogera sprite started to shatter and melt. Also, if you look at the garbled text in the right corner of the screen, you'll notice what appears to be a bird in a cage. I still have no idea what that meant. Mogera. This way I was about to give out Titanosaurus, and I was worried about as to what kind of glitches would happen this time. But to my surprise, Titanosaurus looked just fine, although all the game's bipedal monsters were the same height. Titanosaurus was a bit taller, but since Titanosaurus was taller than Godzilla in this film, I thought this was kind of cool. After a very fun fight with the monster that wasn't supposed to be in the game, it took over the enemy base and proceeded not to Jupiter like normal, but instead to Pathos. So I guess it just excerpt from the creepypasta at this point. Eugene and Now the Place was the cover art of the song. Are we supposed to be underwater? Mars content. This lanky apparition replaced Zora, and the new beast was more of a challenge who could run and jump at a fast pace, constantly swinging its arms around and get hard to get close. And of course, it tried to pin me in the corner with as much annoying resolve as ever. Mogera's replacement was a flying machine with a slight resemblance to a Pascagoula alien. It was a bit like fighting Mothra, only moved with a lot more grace. It attacked by spinning its front tentacle like a corkscrew, and it still had an eye beam, except it now fired from the drill. Each choice was some preferred using for their warning. I started to think there never was. Foreshadowing to the Blight and to Varen. And the Angel. Calling reinforcement. I'll become Everlog. There is no one left to fight now but Violante, who so eagerly started the battle. I was quite surprised that Violante started the fight in her rose form. She was immobile and used tentacles to keep me away from the main body, which took the most damage. It's expected she turned into her final form after taking enough damage to spark. Right, pretty damn good for 8-bit. Battle technique was the same, except now Violante could move a bit slower than any other monster. Being hit by the tentacles did more damage now. Violante could do an acid spit. It's managed to avoid by jumping. Red. You know that feeling your body is when you Like you're in extreme danger, you start to recoil and tense up as the adrenaline flows through your veins, and your nerves start to feel very cold. Guessing that's how you felt with Red. That's the feeling I had when I saw him. This strange creature attacks you by kicking and also opening up his chest and firing heat-seeking missiles. Still don't get it. Missiles were sometimes a pain to deal with, but I found out you could tail whip them out of the way. Not Varen was probably the easiest of the monster replacements. Couldn't assimilate his memories, couldn't migrate data. Error enters his soul. Apparently the source of the horse bats, not Hedora, was the most aggravatingly difficult monster to fight yet, mostly because of his special ability, because 3 could summon a small swarm of those horse bat thingies. Aztec Death Whistle. The fight with Orga confirmed another thing. Whoever created the game hack was clearly a Godzilla fan, not only because they picked a monster like Orga, but because they actually implemented something that happened in Godzilla 2000 in a really neat way. Orga's primary attacks were a punch and a heat beam from his shoulder. Cavity. He would also expand his jaws to try to swallow Godzilla. I was not afraid. With fast thinking and faster button pressing, I escaped him yet again. I felt really excited, so I laughed and said, "Not this time, asshole." Decided to take a screen cap to celebrate. When I said that sentence, just before the level ended, the monster did something that made my blood run cold. He looked at me. Madden attack. Most importantly, why? The why was the question that bothered me the most. And this is why the game was so weird. One of the designers clearly dragged out of his mind. Ooh, Marco drew this. Looks cool. Cause the NES to explode. I am Zolta. I killed your girlfriend, I am God. Yeah, he died. Are you alone? He will never come back. Get back by popular demand. Except not really. I've heard. It's my game. What's yours? Cause of Vermont, I must say they're coming true, I think. Man, the suit, he will never be on the mod. Good. I don't like him. What was it reused for? Werebeak. This is used for 2 scratch, okay? Discard it. Bagging. There's a lot of these. Figured we'd be at the end of the list by now, but no. Oh my god, it's that abomination from those brain rot AI memes. Ew. What? Ah, it's the Roaring Knight, okay. Okay, we're finally at the end of the concepts. Back to jukebox. Before we still have the other count. Want to do a thing? Where is it? There it is. Where? Pregnate Parmesan and alopecia. Okay, but for a joke song, why did that go so hard? Like, actually. Anyway. So apparently Agiris is the one that fights the first instance. So, Suit Mason Trials is finally here. Hey, you look scarier with the Godzilla head on. Okay, that was a thing. Anyway. April Fool's 20. Orange Man. Orange Man bad. Yeah, this is our reward for saying, no, the president is not a good man. Okay, ow! So that's how it is, we miss nose in the ear, eagle destroys our ears. Contractually obligated to be here. Sorry. But no need to apologize, man. You stopped John Madden after all. Okay, now for the other new cover introduced. Rodent's here, and he can also can fight King Kong. Why is it so fast? No, seriously, what was going on? Why was it so fast? That was actually not fair. Seriously fast speed, it was definitely not the case when we played this as Godzilla, and no capsules. Seriously, why do we speed up? Can we slow down, please? Seriously, this scroll speed is ridiculous. So it's jukebox and not story, so we don't have to worry about that. Anyway. Next on the docket, Squid Games. AKA the OG version of Amoeba. You're joking. All that just for suddenly lose on my combo at the last note? Not a chance. Much better. Now. So yeah, we need to do this one. And yeah. Okay. Aragon, off with the Pretender. And Godzilla now once again, Rodin. And for that, Skull Smash once again, Godzilla and Rodin. Anyway, Paragon. Previously known as Paradigm. Wonder why they changed the name. Is this supposed to happen? I feel like I'm supposed to be seeing something here. Something here definitely feels wrong. Feels like there's supposed to be visuals, but instead the game's just playing itself. Pretty sure I wasn't seeing that right. Seeing just one star. Hang on. There we go. That's much better. So how come we couldn't see anything earlier? That was weird. Well, that was short-lived. It'd be nice every time we return to the jukebox, it could return us to the page tab of your previous song instead of immediately bringing us back to page 1 of the story songs every time. Alright. Let's see what the deal is with... Oh, that's weird. For some reason it says... Okay, there we go. Let's see what the deal is with Skull Smash. Star rating on this song was very high, and I'm not seeing why. Is it going to pull some surprise at me at the second half? That did not feel like 3.5 stars. That felt like only like 2 stars. And apparently Red Killer is only like 3 stars. That doesn't feel right. Anyway. Okay. Off with the Pretender. Every 2 Rodents versions of the songs can call the video. There's no reason Zilla is out in this valley. What the fuck? No, I did not agree to mute. God damn it. There it is. I was like, no way the song just ends with that instrumental guitar solo. Like, has to be some more vocals for us. More notes suppressing. There it is. Alright, Rodin. No. Rodin, your turn. I think how Rodin has a unique intro where we see him fly in. Neat little details, like, are always appreciated. Well, it's just me every suddenly speeding up again. So is this the thing for playing as Rodin? Suddenly his songs versions of the songs get super fast for no reason. Because if that is the case, then that's kind of ridiculous. At least this time around there's no gimmicks, it's just we're just singing. Alright, Rodin, deal with the Skull Smasher, and then we call the video. I'm thinking maybe that's why the stars on the difficulty on this one's higher. Specifically because for Rodin. For Godzilla's whatever, but for Rodin, he's gonna speed up. Or in fact, we're already starting off with high speed. Yeah, high speed and no capsules. That's it. That's the gimmick. And that's going to do it for this video. That was Trance Attack of the Monster of Monsters. Halfway through the journey against this edited version of the Godzilla NES game. Made it through 4 planets and 4 more planets remain. Oh boy, do I look forward to what new foes we face there. I know I didn't show off the Mothra versions of the new songs. Okay, that was... I know I didn't show off the Mothra versions, but I'm not doing that because I don't like Mothra's vocals and outside of songs that are exclusive to her, like Hope Eater and where is it? Flow of Lost Memories and Plague of Estus. There's also I also didn't show off the Godzilla version of Toxic Sludge, but that much I suffered just for playing that song already as Mothra. I don't want to experience it again. No thanks. So yeah. And any of the Strew Clock songs, extra songs they didn't show off are just ones for the previous updates that haven't changed at all. So yeah, there's no point showing them off again. Nothing. Just this, and these 4 were all the only new stuff with the extra songs. So genuinely curious as to why we don't have access to the bestiary. I think that's a little weird, honestly. But anyways, yeah, that's good. That was Trance Attack. Plenty of great new songs. A lot of bangers. So some I didn't enjoy as much. Still, overall great new additions to the soundtrack. Story is hard style, amazing as always. Really good, absolutely outdid themselves with the pixel art. I personally don't enjoy the red chases. I get it. That is how the story goes. Like after the first song, he's like he just really wants us dead. It just forces us into these like constant running back and forth scenarios. I personally don't enjoy them. It does fit the story, so whatever. I guess I'll put up with it. And also know that, but still otherwise great. Yeah, I'm terrible with words, but still great, absolute great work to the dev team. Look forward to the future planets, and the rest of the story continues from after Trance. But anyway, that does it for this video. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Farewell.